Grace Kelly won an Oscar for her starring role in the 1954 film The Country Girl. Just the warm-up, it turned out, for the far more glittering role she stepped into just a few years later. Rita Braver has sent us this postcard from Monaco.
The Principality of Monaco sparkles on the shore of the Mediterranean. It's a place of opulent apartments, a world-class casino, and an income tax-free policy that has drawn one of the world's wealthiest populations. Bonjour. Yet this tiny European city-state, less than 1 square mile, boasts not only a palace that dates back to the 12th century, but also a tale of love at first sight.
There's a famous picture of my, well, I think it's famous, I don't know. You can tell me that. There's a picture of my parents exchanging the glances with the view of Monaco in the background.
So this is like the kind of view that could make you fall in love, right? Just looking out here. And of course, the parents of Prince Albert, who now rules over this country, were Prince Rainier and the American-born Grace Kelly.
Tiny Monaco took on Hollywood overtones when film queen Grace Kelly was tumultuously greeted as she arrived for her marriage to Prince Rainier.
Their 1956 wedding was the stuff of fairy tales. The dashing 32-year-old prince and the beautiful 26-year-old commoner. But she was already Hollywood royalty, the star of celebrated films like the Alfred Hitchcock thriller Rear Window with Jimmy Stewart.
But if your opinion is as rude as your manner, I don't think I care to hear it.
Oh, come on, now simmer down.
You want a leg or a breast?
To Catch a Thief with Cary Grant.
You know as well as I do, this necklace is imitation.
Well, I'm not.
And The Country Girl, with her Oscar-winning turn as the wife of an alcoholic, played by Bing Crosby.
Who's the guy you want to get back to?
Frank, I'm warning you. I'm going to hit you with the first thing I pick up. Now get dressed!
Have you chosen a name for your baby?
No, we haven't decided on any name definitely yet.
She gave up her career to raise their children, Albert and his sisters, Princesses Caroline and Stephanie. Family photos affectionately preserved in her personal albums. What was she like as a mom?
She was a very loving and caring mother, and she not only made sure that she gave us enough attention and enough love and we had everything we needed, but she was so caring toward other people too.
And she never forgot her old film world friends. Did she bring people into the palace that you remember specifically?
Of course, Alfred Hitchcock, Gregory Peck, Kirk Douglas, Frank Sinatra. How can you forget him?
Is it true that Cary Grant used to love to tell dirty jokes when he came here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he and my father used to have a field day telling jokes.
The prince gave us a rare personal tour of the palace.
So this is the North Gallery, and so facing the harbor area.
Look at that beautiful view.
It was a different floor at the time.
Right along here?
Yeah.
He showed us where his family played. So this pool was designed by your mother?
I think both my parents sat around the table
drew pictures of what they wanted. So you remember splashing around in this?
Oh, yeah.
Inside there is history and memories.
So this is the salle des gardes, the guards' room, because it must have been in the very old days where the officers of the guard met.
Now used as a family room, Albert said his mom didn't like the way it used to be decorated.
So she asked my father if she could redo this room, and so he said yes. And so we've had these blue-colored walls since then.
And in the formal reception room, Princess Grace still reigns. That is such a stunning portrait.
That was a portrait of my mother made by the American artist Ralph Cowan shortly after her wedding.
Her history is carefully preserved here. Childhood photos, letters, even her passports, and her clothes and jewels. The Cartier diamonds she wore during a visit with French President Charles de Gaulle. The gown she wore to accept her Oscar.
Oh, really?
And a dress from high society, along with her engagement ring from Prince Rainier, which she actually wore in the film. But Prince Albert and his South African-born wife, Princess Charlene, are ensuring that Princess Grace's memory lives on in another way. What does this evening mean for you?
Well, it is to celebrate Princess Grace's legacy, her living legacy, for supporting the up-and-coming artists, emerging talent, and giving hope and inspiration to many others out there.
Princess Grace of Monaco died this afternoon of injuries she suffered in a car accident yesterday.
Prince Albert says that after his mother's tragic death in a 1982 car accident, his father began the Princess Grace Foundation USA to give scholarships to students in the performing arts because she had long provided private support to struggling newcomers.
She knew what young artists go through and what their aspirations are, and sometimes that they don't have the means to continue their careers.
Through fundraisers like this one last fall in New York, the foundation has given more than 850 grants over almost 35 years. One recipient, Tyler Peck, now principal dancer with the New York City Ballet, performed at the gala with her husband, Robert Fairchild.
I thought I was struck by lightning.
Winners include Oscar Isaac, seen in Star Wars films, and a roster that boasts Emmy, Tony, Oscar, Pulitzer, and MacArthur Grant winners. Just last year, 2 Princess Grace Award recipients, costume designer Paul Tazwell and actor Leslie Odom Jr., won Tony Awards for their work on the musical Hamilton.
It was an encouragement, a wink from this industry that I love so much and this business that I was preparing for, saying, we believe in you, and there might be a place for you here.
As for Prince Albert, do you have a favorite Grace Kelly film?
I kind of hesitate between High Noon and Rear Window.
It's right off the Paris plane. You think it'll sell?
And he says with Grace Kelly's last films made 60 years ago, he marvels at the fact that his mother is still so revered.
It's incredibly rewarding and touching to see that. People still admire her and that her name still resonates today.